It's such a great feeling to have him back and see the kids and have a great Christmas.
A joyful homecoming just in time for the holidays. Several local soldiers are back home with their families here in the borderland. We'll have more on that in just a bit, but first, the city of El Paso is suing the Texas Attorney General over an open records request. Good evening, I'm Adrian Alvarez.
And I'm Kagan Harsha. This all stems over discussions that City Council had about a AAA baseball stadium. Last September, El Paso lawyer and stadium opponent Stephanie Townsend Ayala filed an open records request with the city to obtain letters, notes, and other correspondence between council reps and the mayor in regards to plans for a AAA stadium. The request also seeks records of any meetings attended in regards to that stadium. Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott ruled that the city must turn over all such information, but the city is refusing to do so and has now filed suit against Attorney General Greg Abbott. In a written statement, a city spokesperson argues that emails and personal papers of government employees are not subject to open records, saying, quote, "These documents do not meet the statutory definition of public information. The city of El Paso does not collect, assemble, or maintain personal records of the elected officials or city staff." We will, of course, have much more on this story coming up tonight at 10.
A superstar in the world of Mexican music now is being remembered tonight in the borderland.
Jenny Rivera was killed after a Learjet that she was traveling in crashed in northern Mexico on Sunday. The pop star had strong ties to the borderland, which is why a large crowd is turning out tonight for a memorial in El Paso. News Channel 9's Jacqueline Cray is live at the nightclub where that memorial is being held, and she has more. Jacqueline?
Well, Kagan, I'm here live at this memorial. It is just about to get underway. In a few minutes, a pastor will speak and have nice things to say about Jenny Rivera. As fans are starting to gather, as you can see, they're wearing shirts with Jenny Rivera on them. They're lighting candles and they're writing notes to the famous Mexican singer. Now, as you can see, everyone's getting ready to say their goodbyes, and events like these are really just a way for fans to say goodbye. Fans around the world are still reeling from the tragic death of Jenny Rivera, who died on Sunday in a plane crash over Monterrey, Mexico. Now, tonight, radio station 94.7 El Gato is hosting the memorial for the Mexican singer. Rivera had strong ties to the borderland, as we had said, and hosted a call-in radio show every week with 94.7. She performed at the John Haskins Center here in El Paso this past September. Lucy Galnares with 94.7 Promotions worked very closely with Rivera and introduced her at the last few concerts. She says Jenny Rivera was very professional and down to earth, and her music connected with her fans.
Accessible person, very, very nice, very dedicated to her fans.
Galnares says the 43-year-old was a strong, proud woman who fought for everything she had and should be remembered for that and her music. Tonight, fans are reacting.
I know she's looking at us, and so she can feel like that we are with her.
And tonight at 10, we'll have more reaction from fans. Now, the event is just about to get underway. Reporting in East El Paso, Jacqueline Crea, News Channel 9.
All right, thanks, Jackie. Meanwhile, tonight, mourners will gather to pay their respects to a 10-year-old girl who died this weekend during an off-roading accident. A visitation for Litzy Relay Vasquez is going on right now at Mount Carmel Funeral Home. It'll go on until 9 tonight. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., she'll be buried at Mount Carmel Cemetery. She died at the Clint Pit when the SUV she was in rolled over. Faculty and staff at the girls' elementary school are also collecting donations to help the family with funeral expenses.
Governor Susana Martinez says she's trying to push for legislation that would require those convicted of sex crimes in other states to have to register as sex offenders in New Mexico. The current law requires sex offenders to register only if the crime they committed elsewhere matches a sex crime by name or definition in New Mexico. The governor says expanding the law would help keep communities safe by allowing citizens to check who lives in their neighborhoods through the registry.
A car rollover early this morning in West El Paso. According to a witness, just after 2:15 this morning, a car traveling west on I-10 near the Mesa exit rolled over several times and landed in the desert near the eastbound lanes of traffic. Officers arrested the suspected driver, who was allegedly running away from the scene. No word yet if alcohol or speed are factors in that crash.
Well, as the temperatures begin to drop, El Paso is seeing its first weather-related death of the season. El Paso police were in the lower valley this morning after someone found a man dead. News Channel 9's Sandra Ramirez joins us now live in the news center with more. Sandra?
Adrian, the victim is believed to be a homeless man who was a familiar face in the area. Police found the man's body shortly after 10 this morning in a fenced area along Alameda near Padres. Investigators believe exposure to the low overnight and early morning temperatures may have been a factor. However, it's up to the medical examiner's office to determine an official cause of death. We spoke with the man who actually found the homeless man dead this morning. He tells us he actually called 911 about 2 months ago when he found the same homeless man lying along the street. Luckily, paramedics found him in time and he survived, but he wasn't as lucky this time. We also spoke with the chairperson on the Extreme Weather Task Force here in El Paso, who says they try to protect those who need it the most.
Unfortunately, those individuals that are most susceptible to the cold are elderly individuals, persons with disabilities, small infant children, children who are left unattended, individuals who have mental health issues, and those individuals, adults who are under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Don't drink when it's really, really cold outside, especially if you're being out there and you're exposed to that cold and you're homeless. Try to stay away from the alcohol.
Again, the medical examiner's office will confirm the official cause of death. Now, if you know of someone who is in need of a warm blanket or if your family needs a little extra help staying warm, please dial 211. The Extreme Weather Task Force will provide a warm blanket for each member of the family. And if you'd like to help, you can drop off a new blanket at your closest neighborhood fire station. Live in the data center, Sandra Ramirez, News Channel 9.
Sandra, thanks. The cold weather overnight can be dangerous. And Chuck, how cold is it going to be tonight? Or do people need to be careful out there again?
Yes, they do. In fact, for the third night, overnight in a row, will be below freezing. Check out our low temperatures, second day in a row for El Paso at 20 degrees. We matched that for our low in Las Cruces, 18 in Deming and Alamogordo. Daytime highs made it to 60 in El Paso, 63 Juarez, and 57 Alamogordo, 59 in Las Cruces. Pacific cold front will dive into the southwest, bringing all kinds of rain and mountain snow. Tonight, though, how about an overnight low down around 28 degrees? We'll talk about the weekend system and a whole lot more in your complete forecast.
Thank you, Chuck. Well, the TEA is responding tonight now that EPA-ISD trustees have decided to fight back against TEA Commissioner Michael Williams. He decided last week to strip their power to install a new board of managers. This all stems from the cheating scandal at the district, which landed former Superintendent Lorenzo Garcia in prison. Last night, the school board decided they're going to appeal the commissioner's decision to the Department of Justice. Last Thursday, Williams appointed a board of managers, including Water Utilities CEO Ed Archuleta, State Rep Dee Margo, current TEA monitor Dr. Judy Castleberry, and the city's chief financial officer Carmen Arrieta Candelaria. The DOJ has to give permission to the state agency to do this, though. Board President Isela Castañón Williams read a statement last night saying why they've decided to fight back.
The voters are best suited to decide who should take charge of the district, not a political appointee who is unaccountable to the voters.
TEA reps, though, say the board has to appeal through their agency first through a record review. Someone in their agency who has not been associated with EPA-ISD will hear their case. The spokesman says it's rare to have to install a board of managers in the first place, even rarer that their decision would be overturned in a record review. In a statement, Gina Cuna told us it's understandable the Board of Trustees would be disappointed in the move. It was not an easy decision for the commissioner. However, it was one that he made after multiple discussions with many members of the community. We'll continue, of course, to monitor the story.
Well, if you haven't already heard or checked your calendar, today is 12-12-12, which is a very rare numerical day, and a lot of couples were lining up today to get married. News Channel 9's Anusha Rasa spoke to some of those newlyweds today, and she's here with the details. Anusha?
Kagan, lovebirds around the world and here in the borderland flocked to the altar, hoping this special date on the calendar proves to be special for them. It's been 100 years since anybody got 12-12-12 as an anniversary date. Now, David's Bridal estimates more than 7,500 American brides will get married today. Last year's big date was 11/11/11, when about 57,000 American couples said I do. Now 36 couples got married today in the Cerezo prison in Juarez. You're looking at video shot from Juarez of the ceremonies. 12/12/12 is not just a special day to get married, though. It's also a special day for expectant parents. Providence Memorial Hospital says they will have 12 births by the end of this 12/12/12 day. Today, the El Paso County Courthouse was a super mall of matrimony. The love-struck arrived dressed up and stood in line to get their marriage licenses. Couples said they were happy they could share 12/12/12 with the one they love.
We got married on 12/12/12 because we love each other and we want to spend the rest of our lives with each other.
Not everyone, though, shares the 12/12/12 superstition. Some say it's just another regular day to them.
Girl, I'm finna just go to the crib and chill out. That's what I'm gonna do.
And Ben is probably not getting married today. Well, today's 12/12/12 date is the last triple number sequence of the century. It'll be another 88 years before a day like this one comes again. That will be January 1st of 2101. Reporting live in the News Center, Anusha Rasta, News Channel 9.
Thank you very much, Anusha.
So would you ever get married? 12/12/12. Does it mean anything to you?
Well, I'm already married, so
Are
that's
you?
News to this guy. No, I was considering last year the 9, 10, 11
Oh,
date.
that's pretty cool, yeah.
But my husband wanted to have it coincide with the Mexican Independence Day, so we moved it a week back.
Well, I'm waiting until the 1st of January in 89 years from now, something like that.
Oh, good luck. All right, well, busy day for reunions in the borderland.
Second group of New Mexico National Guard troops returned home yesterday after a 9-month deployment. The emotional reunion coming up.
Plus, another group of soldiers returned home today after a year-long